Sean, can you comment on what were the symptoms that you had when you were diagnosed with acute pancreatitis?
Yes, I have a vivid recall. I was on Interstate 89 traveling north in Vermont for the opening day of black powder deer season, and I was stricken with severe pain. And I actually pulled over to the side of the road and was sick, and got my wits about me a little bit and continued further north, went into a rest area in Georgia, Vermont, actually, and there was an attendant there, and before long I told him that I was quite ill, and he accommodated me, and pretty soon I said I asked him to call an ambulance because the pain from my abdomen was severe, and it traveled around my back and up into my shoulder blades. I had no idea what it was. Didn't think it was heart, but anyway, I knew that I needed help, and so I called an ambulance and went to the Northwest Medical Center. So severe pain is what the symptoms were.
That's quite a story. Did you have anything to eat or drink, before you developed the symptoms, or was just sudden onset as you were driving?
I had cooked a nice breakfast for my wife and I that morning. I'm typically a pretty good eater. I had a good, healthy breakfast, and like I always do. And so, I hadn't done anything differently, but it was just a sudden onset for reasons that I couldn't explain. It was very painful.
When I first had it, actually, I was heading to a race in Epping, and I just felt like heartburn, major heartburn. And so I was like, I need something, Pepto-Bismol, the traffic was crazy, and we stopped and got a bottle, and I drank almost the whole bottle, and it didn't take it away. And then so I was like, we need to go to the hospital, and we're in a town we didn't know, so we actually asked a mailman, and we get there, and they got me right in, and then they said that I overdosed on Pepto-Bismol because I had taken too much. But then they put all these things on my heart and all that, and I was there, and finally, I think at midnight, and I got there in the afternoon, that they had said that I had pancreatitis, and they kept me there for a week, and in a different town, so my family couldn't come see me or anything. But that really started for me was the heartburn. And to eat, the only thing I had, because I was in the car, and I was like, I had some goldfish crackers, and I ate a few of those, and it just seemed to make everything worse. And I mean, I was keeled right up in the car, like my feet were up on the roof, and
So it seems like pain is the major feature when you have acute pancreatitis. Any other symptoms that are related to when you initially had your pancreatitis?
I had nausea and vomiting, diarrhea when I was first had my pain.
So they all came together at the same time?
The pain started first, and it was a slow progression for me because it was started early in the morning, and then it progressively got worse.
During the same day?
Throughout the same day, and then by that evening, I was literally lying on my bathroom floor with my feet up on the sink in excruciating pain, and it got worse when I ate or drank anything, so I didn't really have a lot to eat or drink that day because it would just get worse. And that's when I went to the hospital, and they did the lab test and found that I had pancreatitis, and I was throwing up. And
Compared to other pains you may have had, how does this pain from acute pancreatitis compare as far as severity?
It's the worst pain ever.
it was. I agree to that. And when it happened to me, like you said, it was throughout the day. Mine happened within minutes.
Yeah.
That it just kept getting worse and worse. That I think within an hour, it was so bad that I went in, to the hospital, and I don't even remember even going in there. I was in that much pain.
Right.
It was, yeah.
In my case, it was as severe as I ever recall having experienced. And one other thing I just mentioned is that I did initially break into a sweat, and I didn't understand why. And that subsided after a bit, I stopped and got gas and in the vehicle, and then traveled north, and about an hour later is when I felt sick and stopped and vomited on the side of the road, and so that's how mine presented.